those who are unaware, the Aether Vial Eternal Witness deck goes way back. Oh, you want to come by me? Fine. All right. The Aether Vial Eternal Witnesses decks go way back to a Worlds tournament. One of the Worlds tournament way back. And basically what you do is you get Aether Vial on 3, and then you Vial in your Eternal Witness and return Cryptic Command to your hand, and then you Cryptic Command to counter your opponent's spell and return your Eternal Witness back to your hand. So basically you just keep Cryptic Commanding your opponents over and over and over again. No, you can't have the deck box. No deck boxes for Declan. No deck boxes for Declan. No deck boxes for Declan. No. I'm just a simple man who wants to cast a lot of Cryptic Command, so like, you know, this is definitely, and like the core of this deck is like playing reasonable cards, right? Like we've got 5 discard spells here. We've got some quality spot removal. We've got a little traverse package in here. One of the things that I might be interested in trying in a deck like this, because this deck has a little bit more mana, the Mishra's Baubles might be better as Nihil Spellbombs in the main, just to like hedge the unfair decks. So he has grabbed one of my deck boxes and is trying to run out of the room with it now. You can hold it, okay, but if you damage, oh, those are just tokens. You can hold the token box.
Uh-oh, stuck.
Uh-oh, stuck. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. Seems plenty reasonable. Good solid curve here. Shock this in. Always lead on Inquisition. Cinderglade probably means Breach Titan. Yep. Prismatic Omen. All right, we have Maelstrom Pulse in our hand for the Prismatic Omen, so I'm just gonna take the Sakura Tribe Elder. He has his own deck boxes. He really wants the deck boxes he's not allowed to have. That's our problem. Believe it or not, there's lots of deck boxes in my house. And he even has his own magic cards. It's just, Dad's magic cards are better. Refund me, I dare you. Alright, I'm gonna look at that deck list after. Alright, so they've got Omen, Cinderglade, Valakut. I think I honestly just want to play Grim Flayer here. I'm gonna get an extra black source here. Our life total's pretty irrelevant at this point. Alright, and he grabbed the deck box that happens to have my tokens in it, so like, if he damages my tokens, I'm really not worried about it. So their hand is Omen, Valakut, one other card we don't know. Probably the Prismatic Omen. Yep. That's actually a pretty good draw if we run off an island here. And we have a Grim Flayer activation, so if our opponent doesn't have untapped land Titan next turn, we're going to be in a good spot. Looking for a blue source here. Cast the Cryptic Command. Man. Huh. Yeah, we're binning. I really like that we can bin Aether Vials in this deck with the Grim Flayers. Like, drawing Aether Vial late is miserable, which is one of the worst things about these decks, and like Grim Flayer kind of mitigates some of that. I think I'm just binning all of these, actually. I don't want another Cryptic Command, I think I just want to try and be aggressive. This makes this, yeah, I just want to try and hit either an untapped black source for this or a blue source that's untapped for this Cryptic Command. There's the Valakut that we knew about. Don't breach me and then Titan me. Alright, another Thoughtseize will do. Oh, do they really have double bolt here? For fuck's sake. You know, I almost said we should attack with this first in case they have double bolt. They were probably double bolting anyways, though, right? And now they're going to draw Titan off the top because I've read this book before. I will add the deck list to my decks here in a second. They didn't play their card. Probably a land. Gonna play another Grim Flayer, get a clock going. Maybe I should have taken the Darkslick Shores. Maybe it was a little greedy not to have done that, so I could hold Cryptic Command up. Yeah, I probably should have taken the Darkslick. That's a beating. Yeah, I should have taken the Darkslick Shores. Woo! That's escape shift. Alright, we still can't cast this Cryptic Command. Yeah, 10 out of 10 should have taken the Darkslick Shores off that first Grim Flayer activation. Alright, well, you know, gotta dodge one time. A lot of these decks play main deck Relic. They're really bad against the faster decks, and that card's good against the faster decks. Alright, well, you know, what you got? Probably nothing, right? Angers and escape shifts. Alright. So they're not playing Breach Titan, they're playing Titan Shift. Wood Elves, yep. And what's real awkward here is these get to start shooting us, dude. I hate the Eldrazi decks. Really do not like them. So can't play this Grim Flayer because we know their last card is Escape Shift. Take one from those Wood Elves. Their mountains just start killing us at this point, which is unfortunate. Yeah, we're just going to lose to the Valakut. Which is why, like, these slower decks often just lose to the Valakut. Counter that one, draw a card. Bolt Dust, sure. Traverse with only 2 card types since our opponent, yeah, that's unfortunate. Green, black, play this. We're just going to try and race at this point. And now, like, most of my opponent's draws are lightning bolts at this point. You can't have the deck boxes, dude. I'm sorry. You should start shooting our stuff now. Yep. I don't know why they waited so long there. They 10 out of 10 just want to kill this Grim Flayer. What? I mean, I guess the Scavenging Ooze can get bigger, but, like, that's really good for us, because, like, this is only one card type away from deal, I guess. Oh, you're a Snapcaster? God, that's good. Well, I'm gonna hit you with this. Looking to add 1 card type. Yeah, so I want to put Flooded Grove in there, because it adds a 4th card type. Yep. I don't really want Inquisitions at this point. Jace Vryn's Prodigy probably isn't particularly good either, right? Should have pushed the Elf while I could, right? Oh, yeah, I should have pushed the Elf. Yeah. Do you have a click? Oh, we do have a click. Yeah, good call. I'm gonna bin this for now. Yeah, I 10 out of 10 should have pushed this. Yeah. Couldn't have the deck box, yep. Explore. Well, we're going to put that on the bottom, because it lets them draw a card anyways. I guess maybe them spending mana to draw a card is fine. Yeah, I should have pushed this, because now we're actually dead to... God, that's so awkward. Yeah, I think I have to block this, actually. Because otherwise this gets to... Yeah, I 10 out of 10, like, not pushing that is a pretty big mistake. Otherwise we're dead to 2 Valakut triggers. Yep. So we have to block there, because otherwise we're dead to 2 Valakut triggers. Here's a Jace Vryn's Prodigy we really didn't want to draw. None of these cards seem great. How many creatures are in the graveyard here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. The Scavenging Ooze is too slow, right? Yeah, so... God, I 10 out of 10 punted this game. Yeah, we're snap traversing for another Grim Flayer for sure. And the reason why I messed up this game is if I would have pushed the what's it called? If I would have pushed the Wood Elves, I wouldn't have had to block, and then they'd be dead on board right now. So if I would have, they're just gonna rip a Titan and kill us. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So our mistake actually ended up not mattering because our opponent is much luckier than we are. But yeah, that's magic sometimes. But I should have pushed the elf that turn I had the chance to, in order to have the best chance to win that game. 10 out of 10. All right. Fatal Push is pretty terrible. Glenalendra is pretty insane. Yeah, I agree. We don't have mana for Scooze to be very good. Oh, we have Fulminator Mages. Sign me up. Abrupt Decay's probably fine because they have Prismatic Omen. Probably don't want Maelstrom Pulse. Brutality's probably fine. Surgical Extraction seems great. We can, what's it called? Kill a Valakut. Go like this. Inquisition's fine. Taking away their ramp in the early game is acceptable. Like, it's better than some of the other things we can be doing for sure. It's not amazing. Like, we don't look at it and go, well, this is the perfect card for this matchup. But, like, we look at the card and go, well, this is acceptable. Alright, while we're auto-passing in the early turns here, I'm going to go put this on my tapped out page. So people that have been asking for the deck list can find it there. What a perfect draw. If we had to pick a card to draw there, 10 out of 10 was Grim Flayer. That's sad. Poor little Flayer. Well, yep. Another bolt. Okay, just Anger of the Gods. Sakura, Steve-O Bandito. Another Fulminator Mage. Alright, well, so we're going to play this. I'm going to fetch here, get Breeding Pool, I think. I need to shock myself here, too. Kind of want to just shock myself. Yeah, I'm just going to shock myself. They're going to deal some damage to us anyways. We want to crack the fetch before we hit with Grim Flayers. That way, if we find a card to keep on top, it can stay there. Another Fulminator Mage. Yep, deal. Alright, so I'm going to bin this Jace Vryn's Prodigy at this point. The extra Grim Flayer is probably fine as a backup. Alright, let the Stone Rains begin. Like, move it down a little bit. EE for 2, that's rude. I'm glad I left the other Grim Flayer on top of our deck. I don't really want another land at this point, so I'll bin this, bin this. Okay, top this. Stone rain you. Make it rain! Oh, you know what? I boarded out the Liliana last hope, didn't I? Yeah, I should have left this in for rebuying Fulminator Mages. I didn't even think about that. 10 out of 10 should have left that in for rebuying Fulminator Mages. Company is much, much worse online than it is in paper. Like, that's just like a fact. Surgical Extraction, Inquisition. I don't think Inquisition is very good at this point. Are we in the market for a Surgical Extraction? We might be, right? Like, we have this follow-up Fulminator Mage. Yeah, I'm going to leave this on top for now, I think. I think that card's going to be a fine draw. Because it gives them less to do with their mana. Like, I've denied them a mana for the entire turn. Like, the turn they played the Engineered Explosive, if I hadn't sacrificed the Fulminator Mage right away, they would have been able to play 2/2 drops out. Search for tomorrow, sure. See, like, if I would have Fulminator Maged them immediately right here, they wouldn't have been able to play this and do this. Although I guess they would have sacrificed this, so it probably ends up being about the same. I wonder if they're going to blow this here. It feels like they're about to blow this. Yep. So, we have a decision to make here. Do we want to Fulminator Mage them or not? They don't have a land and they have a Titan. We want to Fulminator Mage them. I guess I could have traversed for click and clicked them here. Maybe I was supposed to do that, actually. Yeah, I'm just going to Fulminator Mage them. Surgical Link for info is really miserable. If they go land Titan, they go land Titan. And we didn't have anything to play around this, unfortunately. And this is why, like, you have to have pressure on top of your things. Like, they had the Bolt for our first Grim Flayer, and they had the Engineered Explosives for the second. Like, we Stone Rained them 3 times, but, like, their deck's, like, 60% mana. So, like, Stone Raining them over and over again really doesn't do anything if we're not, like, killing them in chunks as we do it. We do not have a creature to traverse for to kill the Titan. Maybe there should be a Shriekmaw in here. What's the question, Pimped Up Muck? I missed it. Oh, you asking about Green Sun Zenith? Yeah, Green Sun Zenith is probably fine. I think a lot of the cards they could. I think the modern ban list in general is fairly embarrassing. I think you could probably put cards like Green Sun Zenith and Stoneforge Mystic and Bloodbraid Elf and like Jace the Mind Sculptor. Like most of these cards, these fair mid-range cards, you could unban and have them be perfectly fine. A lot of them would be like Bitter Blossom in that they basically would do nothing in the context of the format. Like, you'd unban them, and then, like, they'd go into fringe tier 2 decks that, like, would introduce new archetypes to the format, and they wouldn't be overbearing and obnoxious. This pile is certainly something. It's playing a lot of sweet things I enjoy, so, like, you know. I won't just stream anything for a donation, but if they're sweet like this one, 10 out of 10 willing to give it a go. That's, well, huh. I think I'm taking a Thalia, right? It's gonna make my mana annoying, and like, yeah. I think I'm gonna take the Thalia here. And then next turn we can like kick this Brutality. Kids. Land. That's unfortunate. Jace is not a bad draw though. So I wanna escalate this so we can take the path out of their hand since we know that's there. So target them, target them. I think we're just spinning this click. It doesn't block particularly well. So yep. So they have Lieutenant, Thalia, 2 lands in their hand. There's Thalia and a Forest. Eternal Witness. Alright, well, let's play this Jace and hope it survives to loot us into some lands. So next turn, this Jace is actually going to flip when we loot with it, which will trigger Revolt for the Fatal Push. So if they don't kill this, we're going to have Revolt next turn, which is nice. Another Thalia. That's really good. Yep. If we hit exactly basic Swamp, we'll be happy. Loot. Alright, it's going to come into play tap. That's fine. I can't cast this Eternal Witness anytime soon, so let's bin that. Or do I want to bin the Scavenging Ooze? Honestly, I might just want to bin the Scavenging Ooze. Now, this can gain us some life back after we hope to stabilize a little bit. So now, we triggered Revolt because this exit left play and came back. So let's go ahead and Fatal Push this because we're not going to be able to trigger Revolt soon otherwise. We could put this into play untapped, but this Thalia makes our Fatal Pushes cost 2 anyway, so there's really not a point in doing that. I'm going to go ahead and give this -2 power and pass the turn. So, like, next turn, we get to push this, Jace, push something else. So we're not in a terrible spot. And they have 1 card left in their hand, so, like, you know. Aether Vial's not a great draw at this point in the game. So we have to go ahead and push her off a cliff. And then I think I want to just cash by Jason for this other one at this point. I think that's a worthwhile exchange. I don't know. Yeah, the combos for the Eternal is Cryptic Command shenanigans. We're playing a deck list card for card that was submitted by one of my subscribers. They donated for us to play the league with this deck list, so that's what we're doing. Get Scavenging Ooze going here. Seems better than playing the Vial out. And like I said, one of the things I really like about this deck is Vial on 1 is just like good in most decks that have creatures in them. And the fact that we have Grim Flayers to like... Whoa, they pathed us. God bless. The fact that we have Grim Flayers to like mill Vials in the mid to late game seems like really reasonable. Alright, it's a decent draw. So now I can snap, push this Thalia, and then I can fetch for an island and cast this Aether Vial. One of the other things that might be reasonable, yeah, we have Jace to, I was just gonna say, we have Jace to loot them away. Another Jace or another, what's it called? Collective Brutality might be reasonable to discard them. I'm in love with the Coco. Please be another. Oh! I was about to complain about them drawing their best card, but then it did that. Nice collecting company, nerd. Good quality 4-mana investment there. Quality 4-mana investment from our opponent. Get got. I think I'm just supposed to hold this. Playing that Thoughtseize might have been a little loose. We're gonna discard all. We're gonna board out all of our discard in this matchup for sure. That's unfortunate. Means that this Pilgrim's gonna crack for 3. Yeah, now we have to take this hit. Probably Brutalitying this Pilgrim now. Snap Brutalitying. Sweet. And this Inquisition is never going to have a text box, so we're going to go ahead and cast this back with 2 modes. And you have -2/-2 and drain them, bidding this Inquisition. And I think we want to double block with Snapcaster Mages against these Noble Hierarchs. Yeah, otherwise we're dead in 3, so yeah, I'm just going to double this first Noble Hierarch. It's a little bit better to kill a Hierarch. Maybe. I guess then I could trade 1 Snapcaster for it. Or just not attacking. Deal. Definitely want to push this up. I'm going to hold that for Jace's down the line or another... We don't have another Collective Brutality, but we have another Jace in our deck. And we don't have Delirium yet? That's awkward. Yeah, you're right. I think I probably should have... But they're not attacking, so that's good for us. But yeah, you're right. I should have killed one of these. Is that good? Anyone know? Jury's out. 10 out of 10 think my opponent should have been attacking there, but, you know. I would just like to point out that if we would like to be results-based like Twitch chat so often is, we got the better end of that deal there. If we're being 100% results-based, we made the correct play. I think, objectively speaking, you are right that I should have killed the Noble Hierarch, though. I'm going to put this land into play for now. Alright, this is a 3-turn clock, so I'm just going to go in case they start bricking. If they, like, company into double Lieutenant and destroy us, like, we deserve that. Ooh, that's really good. That's really good. Hopefully we hit an Eternal Witness or another piece of removal. So you put utility lands in your deck, so when you draw a bunch of them, that's Dece. Dece plus even, maybe. Yeah, they flooded hard here. Alright. Well, you know, we got a little bit fortunate there, but ended up pulling it out. I'm gonna cut the discard, Kalitas, Damnation, extra Fatal Push, Scavenging Ooze. Golgari Charm doesn't seem awful in this matchup. I think I'm going to bring in the Glenelendra too. I think we're going to get into board positions in this matchup where we can, like, only be losing to Collected Company, and, like, being able to traverse for this card seems reasonable. I'm not super excited about anything else in the sideboard, so I think bringing this in is right. It probably means that this sideboard is, like, 1 card short for a creature-based matchup like this, that I probably would want 1 more card in this sideboard, so, like, the clean in and clean out. Ideally, I don't want this type of effect in this matchup, but I'm going to board it in here because we're a little bit short otherwise. I'm just playing the cards that Trader sends me. So for those who are not aware, MTGO Trader is one of the sponsors for the stream. You see their advertisement down there in the corner rotating. And one of the benefits of that sponsorship is they send me Magic cards to play with on Magic Online. Yeah, this hand's great. Except for the Flooded Grove Grim Flayer synergy, this hand is aces. I don't think I want that, right? I just want to draw a land at this point. That's kind of a land, but not really. Oh no, I can't counter that one. Is that one good? Anyone know? Anyone know if that one's good? So, I don't want to use this Mishra's Bauble right away, because there's a non-zero chance my opponent has Sin Collector in their deck, and if they Sin Collector me this turn, they're going to miss with it. Now we're going to use this because we want to get the most out of our cards next turn, but by waiting for it a turn, we do get to play around a Sin Collector. There's a Path to Exile on top of their deck, sure. So hopefully we draw a land that's going to let us cast this Grim Flayer this turn. Look at that, we drew a land. Let's cast the Grim Flayer this turn. Do I want to just Fatal Push instead, though? I kind of want to just Fatal Push. Do I Fatal Push them off the Noble Hierarch? Is that too... Who likes Fatal Pushing them off the Noble Hierarch here? I think I'm going to Fatal Push something. Do we kill the Noble Hierarch or do we kill the Champion of the Parish? If they had a land, they would have played it before this one. So, like, they probably have more Caverns and Gavity Townships if they have more lands in their hand. So I feel like killing the Noble Hierarch is reasonable. Like, just go for the Legacy win, like, waste you out of the game. I mean, I can Lily the Thalia, too, down the line. Yeah, sweet. Yes. So I can shock this in, and I can Eternal Witness back my push, and then I can Vial in my Grim Flayer. I mean, they have a lot of creatures in their deck. So we're going to take 5 here. Oh, God. So I think I want to push this up, but what we're going to do in response here is we're going to push this, and then we're going to Vial in the Snapcaster Mage, and Snap push the Champion of the Parish. And then we're going to up the Vial. Is anyone else getting a little hot and bothered? I'm getting a little hot and bothered. Just anyone else? Just got a little tingly there for a second. Trigger. All right. What do we got? Ooh, removal spells. All right, so we're gonna bin the island, and then go top with these other two. Topping the... We're going to put the Decay on... We want to draw the Fatal Push next turn so we can go Liliana plus push. Oh, geez, we're going to die to that card, aren't we? Holy crap, we're going to die to that card. That's a problem. Rip us, right? We have Cryptic Command. We can Cryptic bounce that. Yeah, we can stat block it for a little while, for sure. And we know they have a path in their hand, so we want to kill the thing so they can't, and they shouldn't be attacking here. That's aggressive. Alright, well, I'm gonna block here. That attack seems really bad. Yeah, Liliana can read by the Snapcaster. Okay. I think if they don't attack with... Oh, they just have another one? They just have another one, right? Nope. Okay. If it's not another Mirroring Crusader, we're in a good spot. Alright, so now we draw Abrupt Decay. I'm going to spin this backwards. I'm going to get back Snapcaster Mage. I'm going to Snap. So Snap pushing this gets rid of that. That's fine. That's fine. I just want to... It's the same amount of damage either way. We get to dig for Cryptic Command here. We know their last card is Path to Exile in their hand, by the way. Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness rebuy Snapcaster Mage for a turn. So that's probably pretty good. So I want to put this Abrupt Decay in here. No, we didn't lose the damage. No, so Abrupt Decay gives me Delirium. Do I want this Traverse? I probably want the Traverse too, right? Traverse for a Jace. Need Traverse to be top deck planes? Yeah, that's true. I mean, the Eternal Witness gets us Traverse. Oh, so you're saying I want to keep both of these, but stack the Traverse on top of my deck? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm going to put the Traverse on top. We're not going to draw the... We'll draw the Traverse next turn. Because the Traverse could be the Witness. It, like, gives us some flexibility. God, they're attacking again. Deal. Jace Planeswalker kills Myriad Crusader effectively. It does, doesn't it? Maybe I should have left this on 3. Now they drew another one, or they drew a Thalia? They drew a Thalia. Okay. That Thalia doesn't matter because I have Abrupt Decay, right? Yeah, that Thalia doesn't matter because I have Abrupt Decay. Alright, so... We're gonna go... Dupe, dupe. Nope, those are the wrong colors. We're gonna go dupe, dupe. Abrupt Decay this. And then I'm gonna spin this backwards. And get my Snapcaster Mage back. I should have left this on 2, I think. I pushed this up too soon. Attack with both of these. Put them to 6. Grim Flayer, Fatal Push. I'm gonna bin the Fatal Push in case we want to snap it back. Clique seems pretty good. Both of these seem reasonable. In case they draw a path, they draw a land to path this. So, yeah, I really don't want the Grim Flayer, I don't think. Yeah, I want the Clique. Clique seems great. They drew Sin Collector. That's awkward. I lose my Traverse now. Yeah, I 10 out of 10 mismanaged things a little bit this game, but I think we're still going to be good. If they attack us here, they're dead. Okay, they identified that they're dead if they attack us. So, you know, props to them, I guess. So that's staying where it is. And then I'm going to pass here, and we're going to draw step, click them off the vial. We know they have path. We want to make sure that they don't hit anything else that's too good. Yeah, so I'd like to use this ability. I'd like to put in this. I'd like to target you. Path, Mirian Crusader. Does the other Crusader matter? Is a real question. Yeah, it probably does, right? Take that away. Okay, they drew the path. They still can't attack us, right? Yeah. Am I just gonna snap decay this? I think I am. Yeah, you drew planes for the path, but I don't think we can let them have another Crusader. We just die. Like, they're gonna draw planes for the path at some point. Snap decay looks okay. The fact that I let that traverse end up getting Sin Collector felt really bad. Sure. Smart to do that before I can draw Cryptic Command. Scavenging Ooze. That probably locks up the game. So if I attack with everything here, they have to have a live draw. And they can't cast Collected Company, so I'm trading my Grim Flayer for 4 points of damage here. Oh, wait. That's how Trample works. That's funny. I'm so used to how Hex works with Crush and Invincible that I forgot that that's how Trample works in Magic. Magic is different than Hex in some ways. In Hex, Invincible, and Protection, those type of effects, the extra damage doesn't trample over. So, how it works is, the first strike damage hits the Grim Flayer, but then the Grim Flayer only has to assign 2 points of damage to the Mirian Crusader, so he takes 2 for each of my troops. His hand does not have any castable spells, so we're going to go ahead and mulligan it. Yeah, his hand's much better. This deck is clearly tier 0, right? Broke it. Yeah, I mean, Protection in general isn't terribly intuitive, right? We're going to top that, but it doesn't really matter if we're just, like, fetch Overgrown Tomb, Thoughtseize you on one. The classic Lava Axe myself, take your best card. Please don't show me a handful of Lightning Bolts. Please don't show me a handful of Lightning Bolts. Please don't show me a handful. God bless, not a handful of Lightning Bolts. That's a handful of Magic cards. These can confirm that my opponent's hand are Magic cards that are legal in the Modern format. It's probably Voice, right? Deep Fiend off of Voice sounds like something I want to try and be doing. Right on time, Aether Vial. Am I just traversing here? I think I'm just traversing here. Go get a basic island. Oh. Basic island's awkward because it doesn't cast this. I wanted to cast Cryptic Command down the line. Awkward in every sort of way. We beat the Human Company deck. I mean, like, they drew the land right of way, so in addition to being objectively wrong, the way the results worked out in this game, you would have been incorrect as well. I think taking the, what's it called there is very wrong. It's possible I should take the Scavenging Ooze because I have the Snapcaster in my hand. Or I'm just supposed to have, Yay! We're lucky, so it didn't matter. Alright, so their hand right now are just hardcasting Reflector Mage. Kitchen Finks. Alright, so these are the last 3 cards. So that was the one card we didn't know. It's a pretty good one to not know about. That one's pretty good with Elder Deep Fiend, too. Man, opponent's deck seems sweet. Way sweeter than ours. Oh, we have Aether Vial to cast Grim Flayer. Oh. I'm gonna push this to 3 in case we draw an Eternal Witness. I feel like there's a big squid coming down. Oh, you know what? He has Reflector Mage in his hand. I probably should have left this on too. What do you need, Jake? Oh no! Do you want pretzels? You want this? Can you get the bowl? God, we're dead, aren't we? Glad we can have this conversation. Our deck's pretty sweet, but the opponent's deck seems possibly sweeter than ours. Morning, Nam. What are we even doing with ourselves? Alright, Damnation, Kalitas. Fatal Push, probably. Scavenging Ooze is likely fine. I think these discard spells are bad. I'm going to leave the Thoughtseizes so I can take Elder Deep Fiend. I think. Turn 1 Aether Vial. Keep. Can't lose. I don't even have to ask, do I push the bird or play the Jace? Because I didn't have the bird. Oh, geez. We just need to draw an Eternal Witness to Vial lock them out of the game. Have not played with that combination of cards. Loot. That's pretty good. Just bidding this Traverse for now. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Shock this in. Play this Liliana and plus on their Voice of Resurgence. The one Liliana, there should probably be a second Liliana in this 75. This could be the extra card to bring in out of the board for these type of matchups. It's really good against these Birds of Paradise decks. They have a Finks. Looks like it. Based on how they're tapping their mana, looks like a Finks. Come on, Witness. Abrupt Decay. Alright, sure. So now we can... that doesn't work how I want it to work. I think we're still pushing this. Yeah. I probably should have looted first. I'm going to plus on the Finks because this way my Jace can block it if I want to. Tireless Tracker, yep. I can't cast Abrupt Decay. Otherwise, yeah, that's the line we would have taken. Yeah, two islands. That doesn't make that line possible. I probably should have looted last turn before doing this, so that way I could have played that tapped and our mana would be a lot better now. So I'm going to decay the Finks here, and then the Liliana can plus to finish it off. We've also just drawn a little bit awkwardly, too. And, like, you have to remember the other thing is, I haven't been sequencing everything optimally, so you definitely have some decisions that I could be making differently to make the mana slightly less awkward. So now this plus is here to kill this. This plus is here to make that not have power. And we pass the turn here. Hopefully they don't kill both my planeswalkers. If I would have, if I would have had the Darkslick Shores in play, I could have flashback at Abrupt Decay on the Tireless Tracker this turn. So 10 out of 10, my fault that the mana is not as good as it could be here. We get the Jace for 4. We're gonna kill the Liliana. Kill the Liliana, okay. Just casual 4-card draws in the bank here for my opponent. Yeah, right? Good luck beating all the clues is correct. I agree with that assessment. Oh, yeah, you're right. He could kill Jace. See what my opponent does this turn. We have Vial on 3, Cryptic Command Aether, Eternal Witness assembled, so, you know, we'll see if we can do our stuff. They probably have counter magic post board, which is a little bit worrisome. So I'm going to... Do I want to counter this and tap their creatures? I think I do. We do have a Damnation post board, yeah. Just one. I could counter this, tap their creatures. I could counter this, return this to their hand. I think counter tap their creatures is probably good. Keep this alive. I kind of want to keep the Jace alive. I think keeping the Jace alive is valuable. I don't know, maybe that's wrong. No, this flashes back Cryptic Command every turn. Always yields. Always. Oh, I want to go always no, right? We can just tap their creatures every turn, can't we? I think the value mattered. I could use this to kill the token at this point, which I kind of like. Maybe I should have just bounced the token with it last turn. Alright, let the slow grind begin. Sure. Oh! Oh, I'm so dumb. I could have pushed this. I had in my head that I didn't have Revolt, but the Jace putting itself in the graveyard gave us Revolt. So, I'm sure someone's gonna post a YouTube comment saying that we missed that, and I missed it at the time, but I got there afterwards. I could have killed this instead. 10 out of 10, this could and should have died. I'm just gonna return this to their hand to draw a card. It breaks up our lock, but this is killing us otherwise. This is a list that Uber Mikey sent in for a donation to play. Mom spaghetti. Knees weak, arms are heavy, vomit on the sweater already, but I keep on forgetting what I wrote down. The whole crowd rolls around, I open my mouth, but the words won't come out. I'm hoping now, everybody's choking now. Khalid is actually a pretty good draw, right? Our opponent is the hero Modern deserves. That being said, their deck's way too fair. Reflector Mage! Oh, God. Their deck's great against fair decks like ours. I like this card in Standard a lot, so, like, it's probably sweet in Modern. We did meet the invitational donation goal. That's why it's no longer on the screen. God! My kingdom for a damnation. They'll only have 7 cards left, but, you know, details. Yep, take 7. 1 damnation, 1 last shot. It's a chance to roll. Do we get it? Do we get it? I guess Cryptic's a redraw. Get 2 of those. Pretty dead. Hand seems fine. Hand's a little grim, but I'll probably make it work. It's just like the type of deck where, like, you queue into Ad Nauseam and you could never win. You queue into Tron, you could never win. Eldrazi Tron's probably really hard. Like, just all of these deck lists that just, like, you queue into them and you're just like, man. But I guess, I mean, like, I guess Hate Bears just, like, got second at a Grand Prix, so, like, maybe it's fine. But, like, it's probably really bad against, like, Affinity, too, right? Like, you don't have anything particularly great there. You need, like, just a giant pile of Stony Silences in the board to be anywhere close to reasonable. Get a second black here since I have a Flooded Grove to filter. What is this deck good against? No idea. Thalia, sure. I'm going to play 2 creatures next turn. Is that cool with you, opponent? I mean, opponent's deck was playing a lot of sweet cards. Like, it's 10 out of 10 a deck list. If someone sent me money, I would be like, yeah, we'll play this. It sounds great. But it's not the type of deck where, like, it probably has balanced enough matchups against the field that you're not going to have to, like, play the matchup roulette. Oh, no, I can't play my Mishra's Bauble for free. That's so rude. Cast this Grim Flayer. Cast this Grim Flayer. God, pathing your opponent when you're on the draw feels so miserable. That's a Blade Splicer. Okay, his opponent's probably playing the GP winning deck list. Worth noting, opponent is 0-2 in this, or 1-2 in this league as well. What you got? Linvala. Sure. So I don't want this Inquisition back in my life. Cast this. Look at the top card of their deck. We could draw Fatal Push next turn, so play this out. Linvala, yep. I think I'm willing to trade one of these for a first strike token here. I don't want that trade. Fair. I'm going to play this Vial out. Might as well. And I'd get back this Mishra's Bauble too, though, so we could just cycle this Eternal Witness, basically. Ghost Quarter, sure. I mean, Craig Westcote just top-8'd with Green-White Hate Bears, so... They could have drawn a path here. If they drew a path, we're going to get got, but I think I'm supposed to block like this. They have Ghost Quarter, Horizon Canopy, and then one card I don't know. This gets us closer to Delirium. Preserves our life total a little bit. The last card is Ghost Quarter. I'd love to push my Vial up. Oh, this gives us Delirium. That's actually perfect. Yep. Like, we have blockers now. Cryptic Command would be nice. Put my 4th card type in the bin. We need an answer to this Linval at some point, but we're in an okay spot otherwise. Well, the problem is, Burgle, you're judging a deck not only based on the peak player playing it, but like they're not playing against other peak players for every one of those matches. So like, yeah, that's the thing about statements like that. You don't get them. Like that's why people make them. It's like when I did well with Kiki Cord. Like Kiki Cord wasn't good. I'm just like a slightly above average player playing against players that are on average worse than I am because I'm slightly above average. Like me putting up results with Kiki Cord just meant that like I played the deck a bunch. So like of course I had results with it because I'm like an okay player and I played it a bunch. So flooding a little bit in our 20 land deck here. Sure. It's just like, and those are especially important when like there's only a single person putting up results with a particular archetype. Oh, they can actually take me off all my black sources here, right? Because they can kill these two and they can ghost quarter me off my swamp next turn. It's annoying. Well, it was a good time to draw that. Kill that one. Keep sitting on defense here. Alright, well they're out of things, and they're not. Ghost Courting Mage doesn't look like, so that's sweet for us. Still cast black spells. Always no, always yield. Not going past 3 on that. Oh, they just want to make me do this during my turn. That's fair. So I'll pay for that so we can search this turn. Yes, go get an island out of my deck. Joke's on you. Drew black source. A Cryptic Command would be an especially good draw, not only because we have the Eternal Witness, but it would allow us to tap their team down for a turn so we can get in a hit with this Grim Flayer and like find another good draw immediately afterwards. Alright, well at least they keep drawing Grizzly Bears. We just draw not lands at this point. I'm going to play this out because we have a Liliana in our deck, and if we draw it, I want to be able to cast it. That's a Cryptic Command. Alright, pass the turn. So on their enter combat, I'm going to tap their creatures and return Eternal Witness to my hand. And by that, I mean I'm going to cast this now. Counter target spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand. So this is the lock. And then during their upkeep here, I'm going to go ahead and vial this, and I'm going to not give them a chance to draw path this turn. We're going to vial in this Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness is going to return Cryptic Command to our hand. And then this Cryptic Command, yes please. This Cryptic Command is going to use modes, tap their creatures, return this Eternal Witness to my hand. With the 9-month resubscription, our stream Pichu Baby is born today. Thank you very much. So return this to my hand, tap all creatures they control. So, there you go. Now I get to attack them with this Grim Flayer. Abrupt Decay is not a bad draw. Abrupt Decay means I can take them off of this, which is actually pretty good. Actually, before I attack, I'm going to take them off of this. You want help? Here you go. There's no arguing this deck is sweet. It's certainly sweet. Yeah, the Flicker Wisp off of this, which is exactly what they have. They're flicking their Aether Vial. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to keep tapping all of their creatures every single turn here. And now this Grim Flayer, because we have so much mana, it's actually kind of a boon here, because we need 4 mana to keep tapping all of their creatures every turn. And now this is going to get to start looking at the top cards of our deck. Don't need that. Backup Cryptic Command's actually pretty good, right? Don't tell them good plays. Don't tell them good plays. Almost certainly flicking my Aether Vial is better. Alright, we are dead to path here at any given point. I would like to use this ability. Actually, I can put myself not dead to path, right? I can, because there's another Cryptic Command on top of my deck, I should just tap their creatures and draw a card, right? Yeah. So the way Magic and targeting works is, if my opponent drew a Path to Exile off their clue, they would be able... I should have left a Fatal Push on top of my deck, actually, right? Tap all creatures your opponent's control. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about being able to just use this to draw a card. I should have left the Fatal Push on tap, because Fatal Push is better than a random card, probably. But if they... Sorry, back to how Magic works. If they path my Eternal Witness in response to me targeting it with Cryptic Command, my entire spell would be countered because it'll be losing its only target. And then they'd be able to attack me for lethal. Of course, we drew a land when we drew the random card. So, yeah, should have left Fatal Push on top of my deck there. Liliana, the Last Hope. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? Don't want that. Do I want Traverse? Probably don't mind Traverse at this point. I'm going to draw the Traverse next turn. I mean, if he has Path here, we are just dead. Because, again, during their upkeep, if their one card in hand is a Path here, we lose the game. Because we have to return a permanent to its owner's hand, tap all creatures our opponent's control. Alright. We live to see another day. End step, activate this Aether Vial. Sure. Sure. Oh, that's fair. Get another witness. Yeah, you're right. I could have played around Path again here. I could have played around Path because of the Traverse on top of my deck. Can I get a witness? Oh my... I fucking hate Magic Online so much! God damn it, Magic Online. This is the worst templated card in the history of Magic. In Paper Magic, you just, like, in one single action, you're just like, I'm going to pay all of my mana, and like tap this and pay for these all in one fell swoop. And Magic Online, you have to click on your opponent's card to activate this effect. There's a Leonin Arbiter in play. God, that's frustrating. Alright, there's a Snapcaster Mage at least, so let's bin this, and then take these other two. Yes, we would have had to pay 4, and like, that's fine, like, we have plenty of mana. Okay, and they have Restoration Angel for Flicker Wisp here, which is going to counter my Cryptic Command and kill us. Why? I can't play the Cryptic Command during the end step, because I need to tap their creatures on my turn. Alright, let's bring in these. Let's bring in Golgari Charm. Let's bring in Fatal Push. Let's bring in Scooze. Dissenter's Deliverance actually seems really sweet. I guess to destroy Vial or Cycle if they don't have the Vial. Get to board all of these discard spells out. Yeah. Magic Online should just prompt you when you go to search. No, you have to pay 2 per Arbiter. It's separate effects. I'm gonna keep this, right? It's got 1 land vial. Grab Watery Grave on 1 with this, probably. With the Cryptic Command and the Fatal Push. I probably just shouldn't have kept this hand. It's probably loose. $10 will almost certainly take a donation to play any reasonable deck with Cryptic Command. Any reasonable looking deck with Cryptic Command at 10 out of 10 will play. Grixis, Demonic Pectoral. If it looks sweet, I will play anything sweet if someone else covers the league. So for people that are asking about the donation stream things, if you are a subscriber, you just need to donate the cost of the league, which is $12 or 12 tickets. If you are not a subscriber, you need to donate $20 because there's a little bit extra for not being a subscriber. So. Aha! We are a professional. And by that, I mean I should have fetched a green source, I guess, to be results-based. Let's see if my opponent has another colorless land here or not. They do. That's decent. So this vial's staying on 2 until we hit an Eternal Witness, because we can push something with this, and then we can use the vial to snap push something else without drawing another land. Yep. Put in this Scavenging Ooze block. If they path me, I get a green mana. So it's a win-win. Either way here. We either Aether 1-2 or we get a green mana. Like I said, we're going to leave that there so that we can push and then vials. God, just... Whew. I should Maelstrom Pulse their Aether Vial, right? That's the pro line here. Just gonna push this off a cliff now. Before my opponent gets to untap and have possible Restoration Angel mana up. Because if they Ghost Quarter me in response, I can pay 2 and then get my Forest. And it's dead, sweet. That's the joke, Aaron. That is 100% correct. If I pulse, I would lose mine as well. Oh, are we blinking my Aether Vial? I think we're blinking my Aether Vial. It's annoying. I'm going to do -1/- here as opposed to snap pushing it because my opponent could have a Restoration Angel here. It kills Flicker Wisp and Thalia. It also allows us to get profitable random trades in combat. This doesn't do what you want it to do, opponent. Your Flicker Wisp is still going to die. I guess they could Flicker Wisp something else out here. Oh, they're just getting rid of my green source for a turn? Sure. We're actually not in that bad of a spot. Like, we've got a reasonable amount of resources compared to what they have right now. We're a little bit behind on board, but we have this Maelstrom Pulse at some point. Possibly a Snapcaster Fatal Push. Well, I'm glad we have this Maelstrom Pulse. Hopefully they don't have a, hopefully they don't have another Flicker Wisp in their hand. Oh, I'm so dumb. I missed a life and a point on my Scavenging Ooze. For anyone asking why I didn't do that in response to the recipes trigger, I was thinking about and articulating what we wanted to do, and I just missed it. And the delay is going to catch up here in half a second. It is cheaper to sub and donate the $12 than to just donate 20. You are correct. It's a great scheme to encourage people to subscribe. But yes, your math is correct. It is cheaper to sub and then donate $12 than it is to simply send me 20. Gets my Twitch numbers up. We're really close to another emote. We're at 295 out of 300 sub points. Not in a good spot anymore. You've pressured us a good bit here. And they're going to be able to tech edge us off a land even when we do hit Cryptic Command mana. We can snap Maelstrom Pulse next turn at least. Look at no numbers with a $12 donation, Espergorio. We're going to play more Espergorio at some point. We didn't even need a donation, but I appreciate it. We will definitely play more Espergorio this week. I think this is going to be my last league for today, though. We are, it's almost noon, which means I got to feed the kids lunch and put Declan down for his nap soon. Yeah, I think we're just going to do this now. Big bucks, no Flicker Wisp. Big bucks, no conceding to a Flicker Wisp. Not attacking it again in case they have another Blade Splicer, though we're pretty dead to another Blade Splicer too. Deal. That's awkward. So they can cut me off of... They get to cut me off of a color here. I'm going to get the island here and let them tech edge me off the green because I can push the Aether Vial to 3 and then witness back the Blooming Marsh next turn. Matt loves burn. Matt likes winning, so he likes burn. 10 out of 10 trading my Snapcaster for your Blade Splicer. Deal. We're going to push this up to 3 here so we can put the... Focus on the camera's fine. The camera has an autofocus, so like as I move. Put this in. Get my Blooming Marsh back so we can start doing Cryptic Command shenanigans. The mirror twice in a row. Never again. Never, ever again. It's the problem with playing good decks. You play mirrors. You play Sultai Delirium? You play this Sultai deck? Probably never going to play a mirror. It's a feature. Burn is awful to play? Burn's actually a really interesting deck. It's like a math deck, basically. They did push that to 4, which does probably be Rester. You're not wrong. So we really need to draw untapped land here. We need to draw exactly a basic or a fetch. Start by looting with this, see what we find. Another Aether Vial. Alright, well, we're dead to Restoration Angel here. No! GG's opponent. Yeah. Hey, Burn plays Boros Charm too. It's a real magic card. any rate, I would just like to say thank you for everyone that tuned into the stream today. If you enjoyed what you saw and you're new, please consider using that follow button there on your screen. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see and you want to help me stream more often, there's a couple of different ways you can do that. The first way is by subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com will love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout there, you'll save 8% on your singles orders. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Use code Jeff12 at checkout there for custom playmats and mouse pads and all sorts of stuff. They have good quality products. MTGcardmarket.com buys and sells physical Magic cards and also has a great selection of written content. I write for them weekly. Every Friday my stuff goes up, as well as folks like Kevin Jones and Dylan Gonigan. And finally, SpareDeck.com rents physical Magic cards. In fact, I got a box from them just yesterday here, SpareDeck.com, with my decks for the Invitational in them. You can rent a deck for a weekend or up to an entire month. I'm not sure when the next time I'm going to be back. I might sneak on late tonight after the kids go to bed, but make sure to follow me on Twitch or follow me on Twitter for notifications on when I am streaming and with what. I'm going to go ahead and find someone to give a host to here. I think Nassif is streaming. Yeah, Nassif is doing standard stuff, which is sweet. So I'm going to go and give him a host. Thanks, everyone, and I will catch you around. Remember, also, if you missed any of today's stream, the archive will go up on my YouTube channel, which is linked down in the stream information below. I archive all of my streams on there, and I break them up by deck, so if you missed the Team or Energy deck that we played in Standard this morning, or you didn't catch all 4 of the matches that we played with the Sultai Traverse deck, all of the archives will get uploaded there and probably be live in about 3 hours or so, depending on how much my Comcast internet cooperates. So I'll be back later. Peace, folks.